everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the best and worst products from Glossier. And when I say worst, I mean they haven't worked for me personally, but they're really not bad products. They just don't work for my oily skin. So let's get started with the makeup. The first product that I want to talk about is the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I have the color medium. I would say medium is more of a light and the light shade is more of a porcelain. So the shades are a little bit lighter. Although medium is good for my skin tone, as you can see in the clip, it does just get rid of the dark circles and it conceals blemishes pretty well. But I would have liked a little bit more of a brightening effect personally. So one of the cons with the stretch concealer is definitely the shade selection, just because it's a little bit confusing. If you're someone like me who's a MAC NC 2025, I would go for the light shade instead of the medium one. But you could get away with a medium one if you don't really want that brightening effect. The stretch concealer has a very creamy and emollient formula, so once you apply it on the skin, it almost just melts into your skin and gives you a very natural coverage. So if you're looking for a very heavy duty concealer, a very brightening concealer, this is not the concealer for you. But if you want your skin to look like skin, then this is the concealer for you, because it really has a very natural and almost undetectable finish. I personally really love this concealer just because it does look very natural on the skin and doesn't settle in. But I will say, another con for me, if you have oily skin like me, you definitely want to set your concealer right away. Because of the very creamy formula, it might set into the fine lines and look a little bit creasy, so you want to set it with powder right away. If you have dry skin, then you'll really love this concealer because it's very moisturizing and creamy. But if you have oily skin, you can make this work, but you do need some powder because it is very creamy. But I do love the stretch concealer and I would recommend it. Now moving on to my all-time favorite Glossier product. You can probably guess what it is. It's the Boy Brow. I mentioned this so many times. It was one of my favorite products of 2015. I've used this to death. I just love it. So the Boy Brow was inspired by mustache waxes. So it's a wax-based brow product. It really gives your brows just a very natural look to them once again. Glossier, it's all about the natural look, the less is more look, which I can definitely roll with. So the reason why I love this is because I have naturally thick and bushy brows, and this just gives me a little bit of color and it holds my brows in place the whole entire day. And I'm usually into the feathered look, and this just gives me the feathered look in one step, which is amazing. So I think this is a great formula. It doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge. One of the cons with the Boy Brows, and probably the only con I can come up with, is the fact that there's only 3 shades available. There's blonde, brunette, and black. The black shade is just perfect because it is cool tone. It doesn't make my brows look completely black, but it's basically my brow hair color, so it is incredible. I also really like the packaging because it's very slim and compact, and it comes with a really tiny brush, which gives you a lot of precision. Now let's move on to the Glossier Generation G lipsticks. These are basically a matte lip balm, which is so cool because I've never had a matte lip balm. I love lip balms, but they're always shiny, and it's good to have something that has a matte finish. So if you're looking for a lip balm consistency, a lip balm product, but with a completely matte finish, this is for you. It's not drying, it's not uncomfortable, it's not thick. It basically just feels like a lip balm, which is incredible. I have the shade Crush, which is one of the darker shades, so it's just a pink shade. It looks really natural, it looks very nice and very flattering. So for the Generation G lipsticks, I would definitely suggest you pick up one of the darker shades, just because I feel like something like, I believe Cake, that's one of the lighter shades, it might not do anything for you. So I would definitely pick something that has a little bit of color. That way you can get a sheer finish, or maybe layer it up to what I have right now. Although I absolutely love the formula of the Generation G lipsticks, my problem with this product is that it's a little bit expensive for what it is. I believe this is $18, which is definitely the priciest lip balm that I own. So it is pricey. You're not getting that much product. And also, I don't like the packaging at all. I like that it's thin, but it just feels very cheap and very flimsy. It's just plastic. And when you apply this on your lips, you can see the bullet just moving around. And when I compare it to the other Glossier packaging like the Stretch Concealer or the Boy Brow, this just doesn't look very nice. It looks very flimsy, it looks very cheap. So personally, I'm not a fan of the Generation G packaging, but the formula, the lipstick formula, is actually really nice. So I really recommend it. It is a little bit pricey, but if you can get a discount code, I will leave a 20% off code in the information bar so you can take advantage of that. If you can't get it with a discount, then they're worth it. Now let's talk about the Balm.com. This is one of the most popular Glossier products, and I can see why, because it is very moisturizing, very thick. So if you want to apply this overnight, you can, and you will wake up with very soft lips. It's just a very versatile multitasking product. It looks like this. I just have the original one, which still has a lot of product left, and I keep this by my laptop where I work at and edit videos, and I use this quite a lot. So this is a universal skin salve. You can use it to smooth, you can use it to hydrate, you can use it to moisturize your skin, especially if you have dry or cracked skin. This is great for that. It works for your lips, it works for your cuticles, for your hands, it works for anywhere. You can even use this just as kind of like a highlight, so like a wet type of highlight look on the top of your cheekbones, as you can see in this clip. So it's very multi-purpose and very versatile. So it's amazing, especially to have it in your handbag. It just does a lot of things. My one and only problem with the Balm.com is that this product right here does the exact same thing. It is much cheaper, and you're getting a whole lot more product in this tube than you are getting in the Balm.com. This is the Alba Botanica Unpetroleum Multi-Purpose Jelly. You can use it to soothe, moisturize, and soften your skin. You can use it on your lips. You can use it to just highlight your skin. You can use it in the exact same way as the Balm.com. Granted, the packaging is a little bit bigger. You can't just put it in your handbag. Well, you could, but it's a lot heavier. So it is a lot bigger than the Balm.com. This is a lot more travel friendly. The consistency is a little bit sticky. It's kind of more like Vaseline. This is a little bit more solid, but honestly, they work and do the same thing on my skin. So I would rather purchase something like this instead of this little thing right here. This is good. It is amazing. I love it, especially because it's so travel friendly. But if you're looking for something similar that's cheaper, this is a great alternative, and this one's actually made of 100% vegetarian ingredients. And last but not least, I have a few skincare products that I'm not a huge fan of. The first one being the priming moisturizer. I tried that with the little packet that they sent me, the little sample, and I just was not a fan of that whatsoever. If you have oily skin, I would definitely skip on that product unless you want to kind of, I don't know, work with it. But personally, I just wasn't a fan of the priming moisturizer, so I would not repurchase that product. And another product that I'm not so crazy about is the Glossier Moisturizing Moon Mask. So once again, I do have oily skin, so I feel like this product just doesn't do much for me. You apply a thick layer, you let it sit, it does moisturize your skin, but personally I just can't, I really don't notice the difference between my skin before applying the mask and after, just because it is pretty moisturized most of the time. So I feel like I'm not getting much out of this mask, but if you have dry skin, normal skin, then I would recommend this mask because I think that you would actually see the difference. But if you have oily skin, I wish I would have gotten the other mask, which is the clarifying one or something like that. So I wish I would have gotten the other mask. This one for oily skin just doesn't do anything. So that's why, personally, I think this is the worst product that I've tried. So I'm just gonna give it to my mom. She has drier skin than I do, so hopefully she will enjoy this. So that's it for my Glossier best and worst products. As you can probably guess, the Boy Brow is my absolute favorite. That one is just my holy grail, but I do like all the makeup products. Some of the skincare products are a little bit of a miss just because of my skin type. But if you do have normal or dry skin, I feel like these would work great. And of course, you got a little Balm.com dupe right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about any of the Glossier products or Glossier as a brand. I personally absolutely love the brand and how they see beauty, how they approach beauty. The less is more trend is definitely what I'm all about, as you can probably see. And whenever Glossier launches something, I'm just like, oh oh my god, I need it, just because I feel like their products are so multi-purpose and just very different to what you see in the drugstore and what you're seeing in like Sephora. So I'm personally a big fan of Glossier. So yeah, and oh, also the 20% off code thing is down in the information bar. No, I'm not sponsored by Glossier. It's just one of the things that you get when you sign up to their website. Like anyone can get the 20% off code and generate that code. So there's that if you want to save some money in the information bar. And yeah, if you're brand new, subscribe to my channel and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye! Today I have another video focusing on menstrual cups, these things right here. I uploaded my menstrual cup experience maybe, I think it was in November of last year, and I've gotten so